First and foremost, I wanted to say happy birthday on behalf of everybody here in Detroit.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, got big 73, which means I'm really about 35, you know.
Well, okay, now here's the deal. We love Detroit stories. We've been playing the stuff. As soon as you're teasing us with all this, Alice,
Yes.
you've been really good about teasing us with all this.
Well, this.
So we want to give you some.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm ready for something.
Here's the deal. You've been so great to us over the years that we're going to create something just for you here in the Motor City. Alice Cooper Court. We're going to name an actual street after you in the Motor City.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
great.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would love that.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. We want to make sure that you're cool with this, that that we're going to do this. We've got a couple ideas, a couple things we've been kicking around. One of them is actually at the site of Eloise,
Yeah.
the insane
Oh,
asylum.
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I would
So
like an entire insane asylum named after me.
hey, we can talk to John. He's pretty excited about this, Alice. That's a real possibility. But so that's the idea. We're going to name a street after you. Alice Cooper Court is going to become a reality in 2021 in the Motor City.
I
Somewhere in
love that.
Detroit, it's going to be after you, man.
I love that. I'll be as big as Seeger then, right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we figured, something. We were trying to figure out where else to put Alice Cooper Court. I'm like, I don't even remember where the barn was in Pontiac that you guys all hung
Well,
out
it
at.
was
Where,
close
where
to
would
the
that
insane
be
asylum.
now?
It was on Brown Road,
Okay.
and I don't even know it's there anymore. But I mean, our closest neighbor was the insane asylum.
See, and then didn't you tell me one time you used to like play to them, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
they could hear you
they were
guys.
the only thing we were playing in an open end barn. So the only thing that they heard all day was Alice Cooper rehearsing for the Love It to Death album. So, I'm sure that cured a lot of people.
And then the other idea we were talking about, we're just kicking around ideas, something down around the Grandy Ballroom.
Oh yeah. See, I mean, that's where I lived down there, East Town, the Grandy. I mean, I was from East Detroit. I lived over there by Eastland Shopping Center, and East Point now. I'm sorry. Oh, it's
East
so
Point. Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
you're
so
right.
much classier now. And I used to actually go to the East Town when it was a movie theater when I was a little kid and watch horror movies. And then then when I went back there in 1970, I went, this place looks familiar, and now it's a rock dungeon. Of course, then that's where we played with the Stooges and the MC5 and the Who and the Kinks, everybody there.
It's funny to me, just as a side note, I've never understood why they haven't declared the Grandy Ballroom, at least the remnants of it, something in that area, some sort of historical monument, as people really understand the scope of what the Grandy meant to rock and roll music.
Oh, it was our Fillmore. I mean, it was Detroit's Fillmore, the Grandy and the Easttown both, and it was the most fun we ever had, because I mean, there's 1,500 kids there sweating and everything like that, and you'd be up there on stage and you'd look down and there'd be Smokey Robinson, and there would be one of the Supremes, and all the guys from Motown used to come down to watch the rock shows. So it was really
Well,
Detroit had a really good connection. The rock and roll and Motown were very, very in bed together.
well, and that you're right, and it's still that way. I mean, the way that we celebrate,
Yeah.
Motown even the music we hear now coming out of Detroit, and even like the stuff that you're doing on and I'm gonna for your new album. Some like the most recent one, and I cannot remember the name of it. It's that quirky song from the '90s that you did.
Oh,
Um,
rock and roll. Lou Reed's Love Rock and Roll,
well, that one is
or Our
fantastic,
Love
but
Will Change the World.
yeah,
Our Love Will Change the World. That one is really it's from a band called the Outrageous Cherry. It was
yeah,
a Detroit band. And the funny thing about that song is the song is so happy,
yeah.
and the lyrics are so subversive.
We love the music video. We love the music video. We're like, this is the most off the wall music video you've ever done,
Oh,
and that's saying something.
there's some guys that in Europe, I think they live somewhere in Prague or something, and they sit in this room and they make those little videos, and we sit there and go, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty magical, man.
Yeah.
Well, so I just wanted to take a couple minutes and let you know
That's
that
so
we're
cool.
there for you, man, for Alice Cooper Court. It's going to happen. It's a reality because of CSX.
Big Jim, only you could make that happen. So I'm
Well,
really,
man,
really happy about that. That's it.
that's the folks here in the Motor City, man. And you know we love you, and we're going to work on it, and it's going to happen this year. And good Lord willing, maybe somewhere around the fall and Halloween time, you come back here and come here for it.
We're talking very seriously about, since Detroit Stories, we have to do a big show in Detroit. I mean, that's got to be that's got to be the apex of the tour is Detroit.
So what is your, I forgot, I don't know why I didn't ask you this last time. In honor of Detroit Story, what is your best story about Detroit? Maybe getting in trouble in Detroit growing up.
Well, we used to go, we had no money. We would go down to Woodward, and we would stay at every single hotel and bounce a check on them because we had to. We didn't have any place to stay and everything. But when we made it, we went back and covered those checks.
Come on.
We did. We went back and we went to every single motel and said, here, we want to cover the checks. Thanks for helping us out.
Well, we still got the Wood Hotel on Woodward Avenue, and they have free cable and air conditioning. It says so right on the sign.
Color TV, too, I think.
Yeah, if you're lucky, if you get the big suite. Man, that's so cool. And then, we got to do something here in Detroit, with Detroit Stories and
well, we'll be in touch with you immediately when we find out when we're going to do the show there. We'll just get in touch with you and we'll put it all together.
We'll do it. We'll make it happen, man. This is so cool. And you guys just keep doing what you're doing, Alice. Everybody loves you. The show is amazing, obviously. And then this album, everything you've given us so far. And you are such a tease with these tracks. Can you just give us the whole damn thing, please?
February 26th. My birthday's on the 4th, and I wanted to put it out on the 4th. But they said, well, we still got, stuff to do on that. So the 26th, though.
So what else? We got you your street now. We're going to do Alice Cooper Court. Is there anything else we should get you for your birthday? What else do you want?
Well, you know what? I'm an Al Kaline. I collect all Al Kaline.
Okay.
So anything Al Kaline. I've got his jersey. I've got I got a ball. I've got a hat, all signed by him. And when I was a kid, he was my Mickey Mantle. He was like, my room was a shrine to Al Kaline. And the funny thing was, I got to tell you a funny story about this. I've met everybody, the Beatles, the Stones, Dylan, everybody, Sinatra, Elvis. I'm at Oakland Hills getting ready to tee off. And somebody says, hey, Al Kaline's right behind us. And I went, that was the only one that shook me up because I went, that was my hero all my life. And he was the sweetest guy, the nicest guy ever. You couldn't have wanted anybody to be any nicer than this guy.
So please tell me you did talk to him, though, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I played golf with him. Yeah.
Okay.
And he could kill the ball. He was older, and he was still hit 7 handicap. I mean, he could still play.
We were at a SeaWorld years ago when the kids were little, and Ric Flair was standing behind me in line at SeaWorld. And I'm a wrestling guy.
Oh, okay.
I never said a word to him. I completely chickened out. My wife's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, I couldn't. I didn't talk to him.
You should have walked back there. You should have just walked back and said, "What do I get you in the ring?" Well, I'm
right? Yeah, I should have done something, Alice. But I just like, hi. We're guys. We want the nod. We just want someone to look at you and go, "What's up?" And that's all I need.
That's all you need is just so. And you want your heroes to be your heroes. They always say never meet your heroes. Everybody that I've ever wanted to meet was okay with me. They were really okay.
So who's on is there someone, I mean, you've had such an amazing life, such a blessed life to meet so many, I would say famous and interesting people too. Is there someone on your punch list that maybe you haven't met?
It's funny. I think I have met everybody. I really have. I think, and everybody, I really liked Sinatra. I thought he was cool. Elvis was cool. The Beatles were the best. I mean, McCartney's the nicest guy in the world. The Stones treat me like a brother. And I mean, it's really, really nice to meet all these guys. And, every band you could think of, we had some relationship with, being around for that long.
Yeah, but you buried the coolest one is the photo of you and Colonel Sanders smoking a cigarette.
Colonel Sanders, yeah, he was a bit of a jerk, but no, I'm just kidding. Salvador Dali was totally insane. He was insane.
Legitimately insane, like the way you pictured it.
To the point where he spoke in like 5 different languages. He'd say one word in French, one word in Italian, one word in English, one word in, and I worked with him for a week on a project. And at the end of at the press conference, finally I said I didn't understand a word he said, and he stands up and he goes, "That is good. The greatest form of communication is chaos." And I looked at him. I said, "You speak English?" And he goes, "Of course I speak English."
So, one last note, when we're talking about Detroit stories and stuff, and Alice Cooper Court's going to happen. Our guest, Alice Cooper, your birthday, man. Happy birthday from everybody here in Detroit and at WCSX and Beasley Media, man.
Yeah.
You know we love you here. And Scott and everybody, we love you, man.
What's the Detroit attitude on the trade? Stafford for Goff.
Good. I mean, we had TJ Lang on, and we were talking about it, and you know, we don't know what Goff's capable of. I mean, he's still a young quarterback. You got a bunch of draft picks.
Yes.
You're not going to win the division next year. So if you're really rebuilding, you've been given a lot of tools to rebuild this team. You got a motivated first-round quarterback, and God bless him. Stafford gave us 12 great years.
Yeah,
no complaints there.
Stafford was great. I mean, I really, I hated to see him leave, but you know, like you said, Goff's a younger guy coming in, tall, can see over the line. You know what I mean? And I think he's going to be something.
So explain to people, though, that are watching this right now, though, I don't think they understand. If the Lions ever made it to the Super Bowl, what would Detroit be like?
Oh, my gosh. That would be insanity. Because Detroit's always been one of the great sports cities of all time. You know, the one I did not understand is when they had the Super Bowl there, and they didn't have all Detroit bands playing at the halftime.
All right. We love the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
But thank you, because it didn't make sense. Were you even offered? Did they pitch you at all, or were they just so locked into what they were doing?
Well, I think they ended up with Nickelback. And we're going, hello? You got Iggy here, you got Alice, you got all these Detroit players. You would think that would have been a Detroit Review kind of thing where everybody would come up on stage. But I was,
Have you ever done a halftime of a Lions game?
No. But we would, in a second.
Well, Tigers?
I've thrown out a lot of pitches. In fact, I threw out a pitch one time, and I told the catcher right up front, I said, this ball's coming over at about 40 miles an hour, so be careful. And I hit the outside corner, and they did offer me a contract.
Yeah, absolutely. If you saw the bullpen last year, I'm pretty sure they did, man. I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, I can't imagine what Detroit would be like that 2-week period before the Super Bowl. Oh. There would be no work. It would just be one giant party.
Oh, especially if the Lions were in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if the Lions made the Super Bowl, forget it. This whole city would shut down.
Yeah.
So the Lions make the Super Bowl. You're coming back to play a gig here. We'll arrange it. We'll figure it out somewhere.
If you figure that one out, I'll be there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Everything else is good. Life's good. You're okay?
Everything's great, Jim. Just can't wait to get back out on tour,
You got some stories to tell. See what I did? I worked in the
I got some Detroit stories to tell. Yeah.
Major market. You wouldn't get that in Port Huron. Hey, we love you here in the Motor City. You know that, Alice. And we want to see you here soon. We can't wait for Detroit stories and Alice Cooper Court, man. It's going to happen.
I
Happy
love
birthday.
That's the best present I've got. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There we go. All right. Go Tigers. We got to look for some K-Line stuff for you as well, man. Alice Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. You be well.
Thank you, Jim.